Hello and welcome to Boxes of Comics Tuesday Night Live. I am your host, Chase Higgins, and tonight we begin Chapter 3 Locations. So, this is Chapter 3, page 178, and there are, I believe, two more chapters. Yeah, 4 and 5. And then index is on page 236. So we're moving our way through. Hopefully we can get through a chapter tonight or even two. Depends. If you would like to go ahead and join, you can go ahead and hit or just join the stream. And then if you want to join, I can give you the link below. So that's pretty cool. So, like I said, we are continuing the Marvel Encyclopedia. We're finishing it up now as we are pretty close to being done with it. So let's begin. So, Chapter 3 Locations. It says, who or what has a son named Id the Selfish Moon? What is home sweet home to Surtur the Fire Demon? And where on earth can you find living dinosaurs? Beyond the stars. The Marvel Universe is full of wonders, from bizarre planets and strange moons to mighty alien empires. Prepare yourself for an intergalactic voyage of discovery and adventure. Shield declassified. The world, the barren planet known only as the world, is the location of the Micron crystal. This gem is the nexus of all realities, the point at which all realities meet. It is sacred to both the Shi'ar and Sikaarital races, who have fought brutal wars in order to possess it. Power up Ego's engine. When Ego, the living planet's sun, is about to go nova and destroy him, Galactus attaches a side rail propulsion unit to Ego's south pole. This massive engine propels the living planet out of harm's way at a faster than light speed. Pretty interesting. Wow, 99.999%. The chance of death for convicts in the kiln. A massive orbital prison for the universe's worst villains. And yeek. In one of his wackiest pranks, the Impossible Man tricks Galactus into devouring his homeworld, Pop-Up. Pop-Up gives Galactus a bad case of cosmic indigestion as he turns into a helpless ball of energy. That's pretty funny. Family connections. Ego, the living planet, has a son, Id, the selfish moon. This mad planetoid enjoys destroying worlds and breathing in their dust, but is destroyed when Deadpool tricks it into inhaling a powerful bomb. The top 5 weirdest planets are Counter-Earth. Earth's secret twin orbits on the far side of the sun and is ruled by the High Evolutionary. 4 is Wraithworld, home of the Dire-Wrath, who draw their power from planet's black sun. The Puppet, its inhabitants can change into anything they can think of, home of the Impossible Man. Half-World, the universe's largest asylum for the criminally insane and former home of Rocket Raccoon. Number 1 is Ego, the living planet. An actual living world. Ego is very powerful and completely crazy. Ego was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He was the villain. And then Yondu became Mary Poppins and saved the day. What's the biggest planet in the universe? Gigantus, which was larger than entire galaxies. Unfortunately, the warlike Eternals of Ewing decided to wage war on the peaceful Gigantians and destroyed Gigantus. The Gigantians then retaliated and destroyed Ewing. Last but not least, in an alternate universe, Ego, the living planet, is bad news, but he's a pushover compared to the Earth TRN-157's Doom, the living planet. This metal-masked menace is as powerful as Ego and as evil as Doctor Doom. It's literally the worst of both worlds. When good guys go bad, Isaac of Titan, a group of Eternals but a secret high-tech paradise on Saturn's moon, Titan. This paradise's ecology is controlled by a computer network named Isaac, all caps. When the Mad Titan Thanos takes control of Titan, he reprograms Isaac to create deadly superhumans for his army. That's what the page looks like. Pretty cool. Moving on, we now have what looks like the realm of Eternal. Here we go. Asgard. The top 6 Asgardian foes. Number 6, Fafnir, one-time king of the fire-breathing dragons of Nostrand. The Executioners. Scourge fights Thor to prove his love to Amora, but ultimately sacrifices his life to save Asgard. The Executioner was in Thor Ragnarok. He was the guy that went and was the gatekeeper, and then Hela came to Asgard, and then he became Asgard, or Hela's like personal assistant. Then we have Hela, Loki's daughter and the ruler of Hell, land of the dead. But in the MCU, they changed it to where it's Odin's daughter, not Loki's. Then have Fenris, the wolf-like spawn of Loki during Ragnarok. Fenris will devour the sun. That's what he does in Thor Ragnarok, but he is not the spawn of Loki. He is the spawn of Hela. So they changed some things around. Surtur, this towering fire demon, burns with a hatred for Asgard and is destined to destroy it at Ragnarok. Once again, you have Surtur, which was the giant flame guy that Thor fought in the beginning and then destroyed Asgard at the end of the movie. The dwarves of Nidavellir create mighty weapons, including Thor's hammer Mjolnir, or, as Paul Rudd likes to call it, Jonathan. It is forged into the heart of a sun, and the energy released causes fire to rain from the skies across the 9 realms. Allegedly, the rain of fire wipes out the dinosaurs of Midgard, or Earth. So that's how dinosaurs were taken away. This is the rain of fire from Asgard. The top tourist spots for Asgard. Bored by the magnificent sights of the city of Asgard? The Golden Realm is linked to other magical worlds. You can travel between them if you know how to. Fancy and some county hair? Take a leisurely stroll through the beautiful mountains of Nidavellir. Warning, mountains may contain heavily armed dwarves. Or escape to the winter chill and top up your tan with a trip to sunny Muspelheim. Warning, home to the evil fire demon Surtur. If you're searching for the ultimate paradise, visit the enchanting realm of Hel. Warning, only the dead may enter. Then you have the winter wonderland of Jotunheim. It is great for skiing, sledding, or throwing snowballs at your friends. Warning, beware of frost giants. Fast facts. The ruler of Asgard is Odin, the All-Father. Notable inhabitants: Thor, Loki, the Warriors, the Warrior 3, Heimdall, and Lady Sif. Foes: Dark Elves, Frost Giants, Surtur, and Fenris Wolf. Beware of Ragnarok, the end of everything. What is Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil is the comic world tree that joins Asgard to the other 9 realms, as its roots of Mimir's well, which both Odin and Thor drink from to gain wisdom. Handle with care. The Bifrost, a rainbow bridge between Asgard and Midgard, is guarded by the all-seeing, all-hearing god Heimdall. If he accidentally leaves it open, it will destroy every realm and everything in it. The Odin Force, when Odin's brother Vili and Ve die, he inherits their powers added to his own. This power becomes the mighty Odin Force. The realm eternal. In a distant dimension lies Asgard, home of the Norse gods. It's a place of wonders and terrors where Odin, Thor, and the Asgardians battle against monstrous mythological foes as well as each other. Asgard's ups and Asgard's downs. Ragnarok and roll. The evil fire demon Surtur attacks Asgard and the realm eternal is destroyed. Up, Asgard is okay. Thor uses the power of his hammer Mjolnir, or Jonathan, to summon a new Asgard above Broxton, Oklahoma. That's different than Avengers Endgame, because in Avengers Endgame, it's not above anything. It's just New Asgard, and I don't know where it's at, but I can't remember. But it's not flown above, and it's not in Oklahoma. Let me see. Where is New Asgard? Scotland. Oh, an Endgame. Yeah, St. Abbs, Scotland. The Lifeboat station was branded New Asgard Lifeboat Station during filming. Scottish Borders Council made up the signs, and the lifeboat crew have been posing with them at locations featured in the film. So yeah, Scotland and not Oklahoma. Down? Not again! Loki teams up with Norman Osborn and the Dark Avengers to invade, and Asgard is wrecked in the entire battle. Up? Blast off. The floating city is rebuilt as Asgardia, a utopia ruled by the All-Mother and placed next to the moon. That's pretty interesting because it does have similarities to the MCU. I could definitely compare it to Thor 1 and Thor 3, not a lot of Thor 2. You do have the Bifrost, though, so that's pretty interesting. And then you also have the Dark Elves, which were mentioned on here, and they were in Thor 2. But a lot of more connections, I think, to Thor 1 and Thor 3. Last but not least, of Asgard is family connections. Odin believes the Queen of Angels has killed his daughter Aldrich. In fact, she has been kidnapped and raised in heaven as an angel named Angela. However, this isn't the chance for Thor to finally have a healthy sibling relationship. In fact, the first time they meet, Angela defeats her little brother in battle. So it looks like instead of going with Angela, they went with Hela and Thor, just to change things up. Once again, that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. We are moving on. It says, Asgard is no more. A quote from Loki. And the only thing on here is S.H.I.E.L.D. declassified, fall of Asgard. With the city of Asgard floating above Oklahoma, Norman Osborn becomes fearful of Earth's new godly neighbors. He teams up with Loki to invade, and his hammer and Dark Avengers force leave Asgard on the brink of destruction. When Loki switches sides and Captain America returns, leading his team of Avengers, the tide begins to turn. However, the hero's sentry is overcome by his evil side, the Void, and reduces the city to ruin. The Mystic Realms, best known for being really hard to find on a map. Back from the dead, Pluto seizes control of the mafia-like Olympus group and sets up a new region of Hades modeled after an Atlantic City casino. Deceased heroes and villains can gamble their way back into life. Lights, camera, action. In one of Pluto's more diabolical schemes, he disguises himself as a movie producer and tricks Hercules into signing a contract that forces him to take Pluto's place in the underworld. The enemy of my enemy. Shinto death god Amatsu Mikabashi wages war against the gods of Earth. Hela, Nightmare, and Pluto put aside their divine differences to join the fight against them to protect their own interests, of course. A dastardly deed. The Galish Nightmare haunts the dreams of people as they sleep. When Doctor Strange investigates, Nightmare tries to trap Doctor Strange's spirit inside dreams. S.H.I.E.L.D. declassified. Family feuds. Demonic sorcerer Dormammu and his sister Umar are evil members of a higher dimensional energy race and fall team. After the siblings are banished from their universe for craving too much power, they travel to the dark dimensions and hope to conquer it. Umar helps Dormammu gain the throne, but they soon fall out big time. Yeek. If Hela is not in constant contact with her enchanted cloak, the right side of her body remains beautiful and youthful, but the left side is decayed and disgusting. The purple dimensions and what they are. Pocket universe, a universe within a universe, where the inhabitants work in jewel mines as slaves. Ruler, the virtually immortal sorcerer Agamon, that is the purple dimension. You then have the dark dimension, a huge dimension that contains lots of spooky pocket universes. Its many different species live for millions of years. Ruler, sometimes the ancient Hellas demon Dormammu. Dimension of Dreams, a mysterious realm controlled by a demonic dreamweaver who invades the minds of unlucky mortals through their dreams. The ruler is the merciless demon Nightmare. Hell, the gloomy Asgardian realm of the dead, where the sounds of ordinary people rest. Ruler is Hela, queen of death. Hades, the Olympian underworld of the dead, where the spirits of gods and worshippers dwell. Ruler, the Olympian god Pluto. Crimson Cosmos, a dimension of timeless silence. Ruler, the exiled magical entity Tesseract. Limbo, a magical realm of eternal fire, populated by many different demons. Ruler, the devilish Belasco. Let me go ahead and show that one because that's actually pretty cool. The top 6 danger zones. They may be spectacular, but they're also incredibly dangerous. Krakata, the Living Island, Genosha, Monster Isle, Lemura, Bogalia, and Madpor. High-tech cities, ancient realms, hidden lands. It's a marvelous world. Muir Island, Genosha, and the Chrysler Building. Welcome to a world of wonders. High-tech cities, ancient realms, and hidden lands. Marvel's Earth 616 contains almost unimaginable wealth of treasures, mysteries, and thrills. The top 7 wonders of the world. Atlantis, the Savage Land. Attilan, Kunlun, the nexus of all realities. Wakanda and Olympia. The top 10 New York City sites. Number 10, the Baxter Building. Number 4, Forest Hills, Queens. 8, Fifth Avenue. 7, Times Square. 6, Hell's Kitchen. 5, Manhattan. 4, the Big House. 3, the Chrysler Building. 2, Manhattan Sewers. And number 1, Greenwich Village. The Savage Land is a tropical jungle in Antarctica. It is home to dinosaurs, primitive humans, and to many bizarre creatures. It was created 200 million years ago by the alien New Wally as a safari park for their masters, the Cosmic Beyonders. What do you do if you're stranded in the Savage Land? Be like British noble Kevin Plunder. He is only 9 when his explorer father dies, but he grows up to be an expert hunter, adventurer, and warrior. Handle with care. A strange bone medallion grants teenager Humberto Lopez the ability to morph any part of his body into a dinosaur limb. Now he's the hero, Reptile. Soren and Stegron's plan to transform humanity into dinosaurs falls apart when they both develop a crush on the hero Shark Girl. I feel like they made an appearance in Amazing Spider-Man because I remember there was a comic and it was of Spider-Man trying to convince the dinosaurs not to transform humans into dinosaurs. Kind of weird, but whatever. On a bad day, Bruce Banner creates an entire jungle island full of monsters, gamma-irradiated animals by accident. He was trying to copy the experiment that turned him into the Hulk, but things didn't go quite as planned. The Savage Land may be tropical, but it's located deep in Antarctica. It was created millions of years ago as an experiment by the extraterrestrial New Wally. For all dinos, when S.H.I.E.L.D. abducts Moon Boy for research purposes, Devil Dinosaur grows so sad he refuses to eat. Amazingly, it is the villainous Stegron who leads the charge to reunite the duo for the sake of the dinosaur race. You then have Cool Cat. Super intelligent Zabu is the last living saber-toothed tiger. He has been Karzar's companion ever since Sabu found him in the savage land, lost and alone. The name Karzar even means son of tiger. It's a jungle out there, from the wilds of Wakanda to the glades of the savage land. These teeming jungles hold the promise of adventure, exploration, and above all, excitement with a little danger. Wakanda, land of the Black Panther. Wakanda lies deep in the heart of Africa, closed off from outsiders. Its people seek out new scientific innovations while keeping their tribal customs. The presence of precious vibranium grants special abilities to kingdom's flora and fauna. Chapter 4: Science and Magic. And then that leaves us next week with only Chapter 5. Yeah, Chapter 5. Chapter 4: Science and Magic. Who does the evil robot Ultron have a crush on? Who gives birth to a robot baby? What book of dark spells first unleashed vampires and werewolves onto the world? Mechanoids. That's pretty cool. I don't know why it's there, but pretty cool. I dig it. Fast facts. Oh, wait. What is it? A rogue robot. Ultron is high-tech mechanical menace who turns against his creator, Hank Pym, and becomes the Avengers' worst nightmare. No matter how many times this evil robot is destroyed, he always rebuilds and upgrades, ready for a new diabolical plan. Creator, Hank Pym. Strength, robotics, expertise, high-tech android body, hive mind, able to control multiple bodies. The power source, internal nuclear furnace. Weaknesses, vulnerable mechanics. Allies are phalanx monsters of evil. Foes are the Avengers, Jocasta, and Hank Pym. The Ultron Awards for taking over the world and destroying the Avengers, for using the alien phalanx race to create a deadly cybernetic army, for forcing Vision to build him a new adamantium body, for tricking the Avengers into thinking Jarvis is leading the Master of Evil, and for destroying an entire city to show off his new upgrade. Dr. Doom rebuilds Ultron, but includes all his past personalities. They all run at once, battle for each other, and tear the body apart. Ultron hates his father, Hank Pym, but has a twisted obsession with Hank's ex, Janet Van Dyne, or the Wasp. Top 4 Ultron creations. They are designed to destroy the Avengers, but they all turn against Ultron. Number 4 is Victor Machna, cyborg son and sleeper agent. Number 3 is Alkim, second android bride. Jocasta, the first intended android bride. And number 1, the Vision, synthesized son created by Ultron 5. When good guys go bad. The unlucky 12, Ultron 12, calls himself Ultron Mark 12 and develops a friendship with his father, Hank Pym. Sadly, Ultron 11 destroys kindly Mark 12. The Crimson Cow. When the Avengers first meet Ultron, he is disguised as the Crimson Cow, leader of the Masters of Evil. Ultron melts Tony Stark and his Iron Man armor and transforms himself into a female Ultron who resembles the Wasp. And with the best intentions, Hank Pym invents Ultron to help the Avengers, but he turns out violent straight away. He wipes Hank's memories, upgrades himself 4 times, and then leaves. Go ahead and show that, because that's pretty cool. Ultron! And though Avengers 2 was not the best, it did a pretty good job setting up the future of the MCU. Super Synthesoid. The Vision is a whole lot more than no robot. The sentient android Avenger has the most emotional life of a human being with a complicated past filled with love and loss. Plus, he could shoot a laser out of his face as a bonus. 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit is the heat of the inframed beam Vision emits from the solar gem on his forehead. This cool android can be a real hothead. How does Vision phase through walls? Vision controls his own density. He can become completely intangible to pass through matter with ease, or so dense that he's immovable. U.S. agents dismantle Vision. Hank Pym rebuilds him, but without emotions, Vision loses his colorful look and his colorful personality, becoming White Vision. Things you need to create a synthesoid. An emotional conscience to upload. The threat of a living foe is also a great incentive. A lot of time, patience, and hard work, synthetic human parts, and a highly advanced scientist. Family connections. Vision is so desperate to be human, he goes to the very lab where Ultron created him and builds himself a family. With his wife Virginia and kids Viv and Vin, he moves to 616 Hickory Branch Lane, Arlington, Virginia, for a new, quiet life. His species is an artificially intelligent android known as a synthesoid. Strengths: intelligence, density, change, flight, infrared radiation beam, superhuman strength, and intangibility. That's a lot for a robot. His weaknesses: desire to be human. His relatives are the Scarlet Witch, that's his wife. Creator is Ultron, while his main foe is Ultron. So there's a bit of Vision. And while I was reading that, I got a lot of WandaVision vibes from it. It's pretty interesting to know that they kept a lot of stuff for WandaVision in there. How many more have we got here? Not more. Not a whole lot. Okay. Runaway Bride. Best known for self-sacrifice and aiding the Avengers. Who is this? Jocasta. In a possible future, Scarlet Witch is dying and her husband, the Vision, vows to dismantle himself after her passing. Jocasta overhears and secretly transfers Scarlet Witch's mind into her mechanical body just before she dies. Jocasta's mind dies in Scarlet Witch's body so that the married couple can live on as robots together. Aliases: Jocasta V. Cuerto, Jo Queen Thebes, Bride of Ultron. Race is a sentient android. Strengths are intellect, gifted in science and engineering, 4 mechanical tentacles. Weaknesses: programmed to rebuild Ultron if he is destroyed. Enemies are Ultron, Weatherman, High Evolutionary. Allies are the Avengers and Machine Man. In an alternate universe on Earth 9930, Jocasta is not only a fully fledged Avenger, but also is the mother of a robot baby created with her husband Machine Man. On Earth 9602, Jocasta becomes a hunter of meta-mutants alongside Magneto's brother Will Magnus. Jocasta is a sentient robot created by the evil Ultron to be his bride. It doesn't take her long to rebel, though she has since proved to be one of the Avengers' greatest allies. Her body may be near indestructible, but it's her will that is truly released. Time for a change. The Super Adaptoid is a form-charging, ability-mimicking android created by the evil scientist of AIM. He can copy the powers of anyone he's fighting, so he can become the equal of any opponent. Unstable molecules are created by legendary scientist Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. They are highly resistant to changes in density and pressure, perfect for Mr. Fantastic's stretchable suit and Super Adaptoid's changeable body. One bad day. Super Adaptoid tries to defeat the X-Men using all the Avengers' powers. He replicates mutants, mimic, comes to their aid using all the powers of the X-Men. When Super Adaptoid tries to absorb all the Mimic's X-Men's powers both their powers are avoided and Super Adaptoid falls into the sea. Problems when fighting the Super Adaptoid. He copies, he combines, he mirrors, and he upgrades. Why was Super Adaptoid created? To destroy Captain America. A shard of the Cosmic Cube, one of the most powerful artifacts in the universe, or in the MCU, it is the Tesseract. Same thing, different name. Its powers allows him to replicate the strengths of others while his unstable molecule man. He can also change his physical form. However, the cube relies heavily on the mental abilities of the user, so the not-so-bright robot can create what he encounters face to face. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's wedding is attacked by super spy Yelena Belova. Transformed by AIM into a cyborg super adaptoid, she doesn't last long. AIM pulls the plug, turning her into a pool of goo. More Than Machine. Oh, let me show you this page real quick, and then we'll move on. Pretty cool. Okay. More Than a Machine. X51 begins as a kindly misfit robot, so he can blend into human society. He ends up as Machine Man, as slightly insecure but funny defender as Earth's fleshy inhabitants with a seemingly unlimited supply of built-in gadgets. If there's a metal that attracts crazy, my body was built of it. He weighs 100 tons, max weight Machine Sentinel can lift. 10 tons is the max weight Machine Man can lift. 2020, the year techno villain Madame Menace rules most of New York City. And 850 pounds Machine Man's weight. The top 5 Machine Man gadgets: finger knives and saws, chest cannon, gravity wave detector, tiny finger concussion blasters, which go boom, and pulse code modulator. The Avengers send Machine Man and Jocasta to a parallel universe where a virus is turning superheroes into zombies. Machine Man and Jocasta are chosen to save the day because, being machines instead of living beings, they're immune to the virus. His real name is Z2P45-9-X-51. Aliases: X51, Machine Man Insurance Investigator Aaron Stack, Secret Agent Jack Kubrick, Mutant Hunter Machine Sentinel. His strengths are telescopic limbs, flight loaded with weapons and gadgets. Weaknesses are he wants to be human, programming personality issues. Allies are Jocasta, Photon, Hulk, X-Men, Avengers, Fantastic Four. Foes are Ultron, Fin Fang Foom, and Madame Menace. And the last page for tonight. Let's get mechanical. These androids, cyborgs, and robots hail from alternate futures, far reaches of the galaxy, and underground labs. They're mostly metal, inside and out, but these hardwire heroes and villains have minds of their own. Cyborg Rebecca Riker is kidnapped by Arcade and forced to battle other young heroes in his murder world. As a result, poor Becky calls herself the Death Locket. Hardware heroes: Deathlock, Nightmask, Victor, Mancha, Machina Teen, M11, Death Locket. Bionic bad guys: Nebula, Machine Smith, Spider Slayer, Robots, Ultimo, Korvac. All-star football captain and straight-A student Adam Aronson gets the shock of his life when he discovers he's a machine teen. A robot built by the man he thought was his father. Team player: teenage android Victor Mancha rebels against his father Ultron's programming. He joins the Runaways and becomes a key member of Hank Pym's Avengers AI hero team. The top 4 different Deathlocks: Rebecca Riker, Henry Hayes, Luther Manning, Michael Collins, and the U.S. Army wants to make a cyborg army, whether participants in the Deathlock program like it or not. As if one Doctor Doom isn't enough, the villain creates numerous robot versions called Doombots. What's more, each Doombot thinks he's the real Doctor Doom. Genius scientist Hank Pym manages to co-opt a Doombot into his Avengers AI team, proving that not every Doombot is bad news. That's all we have for tonight. So now we are on to the last page. We have iconic artifacts and alternate worlds to be discussed next week. And then we will be done. So let me show you. Let's get mechanical. These are iconic artifacts. So next week we will finish this up, and it'll be fun. Quite a lot. Crazy ride. So I'd like to say thank you for watching this. If you watched it on the replay, I know that there were a couple people that came in here while I was live streaming. I want to thank you as well. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe to Boxes of Comics. Also, we have an Instagram and a Twitter that you could follow as well. They're both the same at Boxes of Comics. And we'll see you next week.